Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now, Special Edition.
We'll begin here tonight with some breaking news. The Stevens County Sheriff's Office and members of the U.S. Border Patrol arrested this man, 35-year-old Ryan Van Pelt. He's believed to be the suspect of a homicide that happened this afternoon near Louis Paris Road over in Coalville. A story we'll be keeping our eye on as we get more information. We'll turn our attention now to the weather we saw this weekend. The inland Northwest is experiencing the coldest weather we've seen in over a month. Thanks for joining us here tonight. I'm Jordan Smith on this very special edition of 4 News Now. We'll go straight to Matt Gray here in studio for what we can expect the rest of this chilly weather alert day. Matt?
Yeah, and a weather alert day and a weather alert weekend, because this is some high impact stuff. After all the warm weather we had, we are going in the freezer. And if you realize that when you got up in the morning, it was warmer than when you were taking the dog out in the afternoon, all of a sudden you know what's coming. It's Arctic air. So Arctic cold, sub-zero wind chill tonight. I've also gone ahead and extended out this weather alert weekend into Monday morning, because that's actually when we're going to end up seeing the coldest air temperatures. Still going to be pretty cold tonight, but it's definitely going to be more of the wind chill factor. And we do have a wind chill advisory that is up for the vast majority of North Idaho, the Camas Prairie, the Idaho Panhandle, Coeur d'Alene, Kellogg, down into places like St. Mary's and down into Latah County. Wind chill values -5 to -15, especially as we get into those early morning hours. Things are still a little breezy. You can see 11-mile-an-hour winds, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, gusting into the 20s. That will really cut through those light jackets, considering how chilly it is. It already feels wind chill like single digits, because our temperatures have quickly fallen into the teens in many areas with those clear skies. So look at this. It feels like 2 with the wind chill factor in Coeur d'Alene. It feels like 5 in Spokane. And look at the wind chill at Lookout Pass, already at 10 below, and we are just getting started this evening. There is a lot more to go. We're probably looking, at least in parts of the Rafter and Prairie, getting down to that -10 and below wind chill early in the morning. When I come back, we'll take you through your Sunday and show you those chilly temperatures.
All right, Matt, thanks for that. And that snow that covered the ground earlier this morning, that's now mostly melted away, but those frigid temperatures, as Matt was just telling you about, here to stay for the weekend. For unhoused people stuck outside, these temperatures can be dangerous, even deadly. And that's why the people running Camp Hope are implementing extra measures for the people living there. Tonight, Bronte Sorotsky was at Camp Hope to see what's being implemented to make sure people can survive the night.
This weekend, the region is bracing for bitter cold temperatures. Here at Camp Hope, staff have put up this warming tent as well as heaters to ensure that people can stay alive through the weekend. Just outside the walls of Camp Hope, you can see piles of propane tanks. That's what managers are using to warm up the camp.
And we're just trying, and anybody that needs heat, we try to do what we can for them.
Jared Fullen runs the access tent at Camp Hope. With temperatures dropping dangerously low this weekend, he and others that both live and work at the camp are adding extra measures to keep people warm.
Just mainly getting a lot of propane for the weekend. We haven't had our access tent or our warming tent open much because it's been pretty warm, but we opened up our warming tent last night, and we're running it pretty much from 6 p.m. till 6 a.m. just for campers that don't have any heat or a heater of that sort and don't have the means to get any heat.
In this access tent is a propane heater, which anyone staying at the camp can come in and use during those hours.
The wind's really affecting this place.
That tent, like many others throughout the camp, was shaking due to the strong, frigid wind.
Tents, it goes right through most of the tents, because like everyone knows, they're pretty thin, but like myself, I have a tarp on top over my tent that covers the whole tent, so it keeps the wind from flowing through, and just making sure we have hand sanitizer and a safe way of burning it.
And because it's the weekend, campers are stepping in, helping each other out.
There's not a lot of resources on the weekends, but yeah, it's nice that I can help when I'm asked.
Reporting in East Central, Bronte Sorotsky, 4 News Now.
All right, Bronte, thank you for that. And hey, you may have caught a glimpse of the grand finale of fireworks if you were downtown. The Lunar New Year celebration happening at the Convention Center ended with some bright skies and those fireworks going off into the air. Right now, we're in the middle of the Lunar New Year. It's celebrated by 1.5 billion people all across the world. This year happens to be the Year of the Rabbit. Our very own Peter Choi was the MC for this year's event. People celebrated inside of the Spokane Convention Center today by watching different performances from cultures across the Asian and Pacific Islander community.
So we have traditional Chinese dance. We also will have Filipino dance, Japanese dance, and martialist dance that we're going to promote different culture in this event.
In addition to different cultural performances, people were able to try new foods from various cultures that celebrate the Lunar New Year as well. Well, much like everything else around the state, the cost of rent here in Washington continues to rise. But right now, multiple bills are moving throughout the state legislature aimed at curbing rent increases and protecting tenants from added fines. On Friday, there was a hearing for Senate Bill 5435. If passed, it would cap annual rent increases to the rate of inflation or to 3%, whichever number is higher, with a maximum increase of 7%. The tenants union in Spokane testified in favor of this bill, saying that Spokane had seen some of the highest rent spikes in the country since the end of the eviction moratorium.
Right now, state law, tenants only get 60 days notice when their rent increases, and we have a vacancy rate that's practically non-existent. So if you get 60 days just is not enough time.
The Landlord Association of the Inland Northwest does not agree, saying they worry this bill could make the current housing supply worse, especially for people with lower incomes.
My heart breaks for people that are struggling to afford things. I know what that's like. I do. But this isn't the correct course of action, and I don't think it's going to help. It's not going to make things worse. It's just going to make new problems.
And the bill would also allow renters to recover additional money spent if their landlord overcharged them. Well, some major new developments in the city's fight to clear the homeless camp near I-90. A formal agreement was reached Friday morning between the city of Spokane and Jules Helping Hands that the city will not engage in any efforts to unlawfully shut down Camp Hope. And this agreement comes a few months after Jules Helping Hands filed a federal lawsuit against the city of Spokane on behalf of campers, claiming the city's efforts to clear the camp were unconstitutional. And part of that lawsuit included a restraining order that was filed against the city. But as of Friday morning, that restraining order was modified as a part of this agreement, meaning the city of Spokane now has the opportunity to begin an official nuisance abatement process, something that they were previously unable to do because of this restraining order. Now, this does buy those living at Camp Hope a little bit more time and removes that threat of being cleared away at any given time, something the attorney for Jules Helping Hands is calling a victory.
September through now, there have been just constant, like a drumbeat. We're going to close you. We're going to close you. You're going to wake up one morning and we're going to sweep this place. That stopped. And that's what we had to have.
And with this agreement in place, the city says they're reaching out to WSDOT, the owners of that property, to discuss future solutions. And both parties agreed the end goal is to clear Camp Hope and find stable housing for those that are left. Still to come here on this special edition of 4 News Now, the story making headlines around the nation, the graphic video showing how Tyree Nichols was beat to death. We take you to the protests and marches across the nation of people calling for a change and the reaction from local leaders, what they say the Inland Northwest can learn. Plus, the health warning if you get gel nails from a salon.
And it's cold, and it's only going to get colder on this weather alert weekend. Wind chill is the big story tonight, and then the coldest temperatures we have seen in over 4 weeks coming in for your Monday morning and the start of a new week, including some pretty cold temperatures for the daytime hours on Sunday as well. I'll take you through the rest of the weekend coming up.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
If your checking account isn't earning you money, it's time to switch to bonus checking from Numerica. the account that earns an incredible 2% annual percentage yield. That could earn you up to $500 every year or more.
I know I should get it checked out, but I don't have time to see a doctor. If I could just... Oh.
I was right.
I guess I do.
Score. Flight 267 to Orlando. This is our final boarding call. Please proceed to gate 29.
I'm a good billboard.
Just like the pros, Premier is here to assist with options for virtual care from anywhere.
I want to ride this pony, but I suffer from low E.
Millions of people are suffering from low energy, commonly known as low E.
With my low E, I can never finish this trending dance.
Low E has hurt my performance in the bedroom. I haven't been able to make the bed in years.
Now there's hope. Planet Fitness replaces low E with Big E, which keeps you energized and glowing all day. Simply join through the free PF app. $1 down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends January 31st. That's my boy.
Dear all-wheel drive, let's show the road what we've got. Snowy streets, we're coming for you. Icy grip, we're holding tight. Wintry mix, meh. Safety's the name of our game. Yours, Toyota all-wheel drive sedans.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan with roadside assistance. Visit your local Toyota dealer to learn more. Reserve yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Well, the nation is still reeling tonight after the release of several disturbing videos showing that violent beating of 29-year-old Tyre Nichols at the hands of Memphis police officers. The young father dying 3 days after that brutal traffic stop. Protesters continuing to take the streets, demanding for systemic police reform. ABC's M. Nguyen has the latest from Memphis and a warning. The video you're about to see is graphic.
Damn, I didn't do anything. Tonight, outrage nationwide following the release of several graphic videos showing the brutal beating of 29-year-old Tyre Nichols during a traffic stop earlier this month. Get on the ground! The police report saying officers initially pulled Nichols over for alleged reckless driving. Officers seen tackling him to the ground as Nichols breaks free and runs. Police catching up with him about 7 minutes later. The video showing officers holding him down, punching, kicking, and batoning him. Watch out, watch out. Watch out. Nichols pummeled for nearly 3 minutes. His mom's house just 100 yards away.
When I heard that my son was calling my name and I wasn't there for him, it just hurt my heart.
Overnight, largely peaceful protests in several big cities, including Memphis, where demonstrators blocked traffic on the interstate calling for police reform. Officials also calling for the creation of Tyre's Law in Tennessee to require officers to intervene if they see crimes being committed by a fellow officer.
It's institutionalized police culture that continues to have implicit bias.
5 fired officers, each now facing second-degree murder and other charges. Attorneys for 2 of the former officers, Desmond Mills and Emmett Martin, saying their clients intend to plead not guilty. ABC News reached out to Justin Smith, Tadarius Bean, and Demetrius Haley, but have not heard back. The attorney for Mills Jr. urging, quote, caution and patience in judging his actions. 2 more sheriff's deputies who appeared in the video after the beating relieved of duty pending an internal investigation.
The video was going to remind a lot of people of Rodney King, but as America watched this video, everybody has concluded it's much worse.
Civil rights activist Reverend Al Sharpton is expected to deliver the eulogy at Tyre Nichols' funeral on Wednesday. As for the 5 former officers, they'll be arraigned February 17th. In Memphis, M. Nguyen, ABC News.
And around the nation tonight, protests and marches standing in solidarity with the Nichols family, calling for justice and change. This is footage from last night in downtown Los Angeles, a crowd weaving through police and security to make their message heard. And just hours away in Portland, a similar scene with protesters in the streets holding signs, peacefully marching through traffic. And
we say prosecute the police. We say prosecute
Over on the East Coast in Atlanta, Georgia, protesters holding signs saying "End police terror" and "Justice for Tyre Nichols." Victims like Breonna Taylor and Eric Holmes also remembered. And while there have been protests around the nation, the streets of Spokane remained quiet. Community leaders telling us they want the focus to remain on Memphis, but still say this is an opportunity to learn from what has happened. Now, we're learning more about this here tonight, and of course, there's still plenty of information we still aren't aware of. But of course, the community leader, the Spokane community has spoken out and made their voices heard, condemning the racism that was seen.
The fact that the officers responsible for his death were, again, suspended, investigated, and charged in less than 3 weeks should let us know that that kind of timely accountability is possible every time.
And we also spoke with Spokane's NAACP chapter tonight, Vice President Curtis Robinson, who says he's frustrated that this keeps happening, Washington and Spokane included.
This issue's been here the entire time. Law enforcement is being called to transform into the industry that it said that it is supposed to have been all this time, but has failed, especially people of color, over and over again. And now in this age of pushback by law enforcement communities, especially here in Washington State, for accountability and cultural transformation, this is the reason why we cannot let up, that we must keep leaning in and call for the real systemic change that industry is crying for. And truth be told, they're in crisis.
And Spokane's NAACP President Keonta Duncan posted a statement about the issue. She says, in part, policing culture nationally must be reformed. However, reformation within a culture can only happen when we speak to that culture's history and propensity to over-police people of color. We hope that this incident of brutality does not further divide us. Spokane Mayor Nadine Woodward and Spokane Police Chief Craig Meidel released a joint statement after these videos were released, saying they're listening, learning, and looking for lessons for Spokane. The statement reads, in part, the events in Memphis are devastating. We mourn for the family and friends who lost a loved one, for a community that feels betrayed by people they should trust. What happened to Tyre Nichols was inhumane and something no police department can tolerate. Another deadly mass shooting in California still to come tonight. The latest details from Beverly Crest. And the health warning if you get gel nails from a salon.
And we had a full slate of college basketball today, as many of the top teams in our area are looking to improve their resume before Selection Sunday. Coming up in sports, we've got all the highlights from today's action.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Would you look at that?
It's beautiful. Wow. That's our boy.
So proud.
There's no better morning than a buy one, get one for $1 morning at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Walker's Furniture is overstocked with over $15 million of inventory, and more shipments are arriving daily, so we're forced to have an overstock clearance sale. Get big discounts of 15, 30, even up to 40% off select items in the store, with some discontinued items up to 70% off.
Our loss is your gain, as we have to make more room in our warehouses for new shipments arriving daily.
So for a short time, you can get big discounts
while supplies last at Walker's.
You can prepare as much as possible, but whatever you imagine, something else will happen. Patty and I have been together since 1984. Patty got diagnosed with Parkinson's in 2012. Having a caregiver helps with still being in a relationship. There's all sorts of expenses. Renting the bed and the tilt and space wheelchair. The money's going to be there, just like health insurance, and hopefully you don't ever have to use it. Walk Cares will help you take care of yourself.
It's time to start the new year off right in a new Toyota from Findlay Downtown Toyota. The new 2023 models are available, which means you can now order your style, pick your color, and build your Toyota just the way you want it. I'm thinking red. And if you're looking for a certified pre-owned vehicle, we've got over 3 blocks full of great choices to make your 2023 the best year yet with a new vehicle from Findlay. Findlay Toyota's downtown.
4 News Now's Mark Peterson, journalist, weatherman.
First edition of Extreme Team.
Founder of the 4 News Now Extreme Team. For 40 years, he has served our community Now that service has been recognized by the Silver Circle, a special Emmy Award for broadcasting's best and brightest.
We're rebuilding your fields!
One of Mark's mentors told him the goal of being a good broadcaster is to leave your community better than you found it. Congratulations, Mark. You did it.
McCafe iced coffee is the perfect reward for those mornings that deserve a reward. Get a medium iced coffee, any flavor, for just $2. Take a treat retreat. Available all day at McDonald's.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
Time for your frigid weekend forecast. We saw a little bit of snow around the region this morning, so you might have picked up a little bit more in your yard. Now that Arctic front far to the south, snow and rain over western Oregon, and the skies have totally cleared out. We saw that nice sunshine, but it was deceiving as that Arctic air pushed in, and it was dry enough that it basically cleared all the clouds away. It is still fairly gusty right now, still seeing some wind gusts getting close to 20 miles an hour in places like Spokane Valley and Liberty Lake. It's also pretty gusty as you head further north around Lake Pend Oreille. And of course, that means that even though our temperatures, they're cold, but it's not anything that's super crazy. Teens and even some 20s in Spokane Valley and in downtown and around 9 Mile. When you factor in that wind, it really, really bites, especially in Kootenai County, where we're feeling like 2 above in Hayden, feels like 8 degrees in Post Falls, feels like 6 in Liberty Lake. The other spot that's really feeling the wind chill, the West Plains. Feels like 1 degree at Fairchild, feels like 5 at Spokane International. Definitely around downtown and in the valley, a little bit more sheltered from the wind, and that's definitely going to be a positive when we look deeper into the night. This is about midnight, and you can see as we continue to cool off around the Rathdrum Prairie, we're going to start to see those wind chill values dip into the negative range. And so we're talking about anywhere between -5 and -10, especially Post Falls, Rathdrum, and as you head further north to Spirit Lake and Athol, right where the winds are coming down out of the north at a good speed. And then here's early in the morning. You can see borderline sub-zero wind chill around Spokane down into the Spangle area. And here we go, still staying pretty steady with those wind chills around Post Falls, Hayden, and Rathdrum. By the time we get to about 9 in the morning, things starting to ease up a little bit, but it's still going to feel pretty cold out there. And then by noon, the winds calm down, we're warming up, and we're feeling a whole lot better about ourselves in the sunshine. So a bit of a chilly night, but not the chilliest night we're going to see in your extended forecast. Lots of sunshine for your Sunday. That'll definitely take the edge off of that chilly air. So here's your low temperatures for the morning. 8 in Colville, 6 in Bonners Ferry, single digits Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, down to 3 in St. Mary's and 4 in the Silver Valley. It's going to be a great skiing day as long as you dress appropriately for the weather. Lots of sunshine. Temperatures only going to get up into the teens. So up on the ski hills, we're talking about spending most of the day in the single digits. 18 in Spokane, 19 for a high in Coeur d'Alene. We'll see some 20s, places like Moses Lake and Grand Coulee. The Arctic air not pushing all the way into the central Columbia Basin. I'm sure those of you watching from there are probably like, yes, that sounds great. Monday, this is when things are really going to get chilly around the metro, down to about 5 degrees in the Spokane area. In about 20 minutes, when I come back, I'm going to show you the regional outlook here for those temperatures, because that's going to be the coolest day of the week and the coolest of 2023 so far. So that weather alert day extends into the morning. We got to add the extra coats for the kids heading out to the bus stop, extra coats for you headed out to work. The next chance of weather, or active weather I should say, is going to be on Friday. A little bit of rain and snow, so things are going to get back to normal once we get to the middle of the week.
All right, Matt, thanks for that. And we'll turn now to the latest deadly shooting from California, this time in a Los Angeles neighborhood near Beverly Hills. At least 3 people were killed and another 4 were wounded. It's the 5th mass shooting this month in California, which has some of the nation's toughest gun laws. ABC's Mona Kassar Abdi has the latest information on this investigation.
A calm Los Angeles neighborhood wakened by gunfire. Around 2:30 this morning, police say 7 people were shot in the Beverly Crest neighborhood north of Beverly Hills.
We're still trying to interview people of what kind of gathering it was or whether it was a party or not.
The shooting happened in front of a home law enforcement believe was used as a short-term rental. Police searching for answers.
Investigators are also going door to door and looking for additional surveillance video or any evidence that could help us determine what what happened here and why these victims were shot.
It's the 5th mass shooting in California this month on the heels of incidents in Monterey Park, Half Moon Bay, Oakland, and San Diego. In Monterey Park, investigators locating a motorcycle parked about a block away from the shooting they say was put there by the suspect as a second getaway vehicle. Among the 11 victims killed in the dance studio was Shu Jae Win-yu. She was 57 years old.
There are moments where you just let it sink in, and you're just it just gives you a pit in your stomach.
Her niece says she was a hardworking immigrant who came to the U.S. so her kids could have a better life. Meantime, in Northern California, 66-year-old Chun Li Zhao appearing in court for the first time this week. Investigators say he legally owned the gun allegedly used to kill 7 co-workers at 2 farms in Half Moon Bay Monday afternoon. During his arraignment, Zhao appeared in a red jumpsuit and tried to cover his face. He's being held without bail. Mona Kosar-Abdi, ABC News, New York.
In Monterey Park, a Catholic church had a special mass to honor the 11 victims killed and to pray for the 9 survivors of the mass shooting from last week. It was a week ago today. A gunman shot 20 people before driving to Lai Lai Ballroom in Alhambra. 26-year-old Brandon Say was inside the family's business that night and wrestled the gun away from the shooter. Michael Nguyen was among the first patrons who went for a dance lesson Friday when the ballroom reopened. He said, while it's tough to think about dancing, it's important to support the victims, their families, and the community.
We need each other more than ever, and I hope that people don't stay home forever and be isolated. I want them to come back, do what they love, be with the people that share this passion.
During a service, a special message from Pope Francis. He expressed his sadness about this shooting. Community members say while the pain and grief is still heavy, it's important to come together and try to find healing. And in Half Moon Bay, California, several hundred people gathering for a vigil at Mac Dutra Plaza to honor the 7 that were killed this week and to support the sole survivor. Some people from the area say they had no idea about the farm workers' living conditions and less than livable wages being paid. Among the victims killed, 2 were Latino and 5 were Chinese. Stick around, we'll be right back with sports.
Stream 4 News now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Watching Andy Griffith has one result.
Makes you feel good, don't it? Kind of a warm feeling right in the middle of your stomach. You know why you're feeling that way, don't you, boy?
Because I'm pooped.
Weeknights at 8 over the air on KXLY 4.2.
Dear 2029, we look forward to seeing you. After our 160-point quality assurance inspection, we'll be Toyota certified used vehicles with 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranties. Not to honk our own horns, but the best new cars make the best used cars. Yours, Toyota.
Get 4.99% APR for up to 60 months on a Toyota certified used Camry, Corolla, or RAV4. Find yours at toyotacertified.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Before you hit the slopes, get the scoop on your favorite ski resort.
Join us every Thursday and Friday on 4 News Now for the Lookout Pass Ski Report. Check out conditions anytime on KXLY.com. Brought to you by Lookout Pass and their Eagle Peak Quad.
Sleep Life got you down? For a price that won't keep you up at night, Denver Mattress has you covered. And during the 7-day winter sale, check out the Easy Choice Plush or Firm. Now only $399.99. Save $100 on the Aspen lineup. Or get a $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic. And score 2 Doctor's Choice pillows for just $69.99. Plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. Say goodbye to sleepless nights and shop Denver Mattress today. The easiest way to get the right mattress.
January is Plinko Money Drop Month, and we're giving more people a chance to win more money. You can qualify all month long to win. We're making it rain cold, hard cash, baby. We'll also have lunch and dinner specials, spa specials, and room rate specials. Midweek rooms at the Kootenai Falls Lodge are $79. Weekends are $99. The only way to win at Plinko Money Drop is to play Plinko Money Drop. So call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
Today, Grady turns 1. Already he plans to wrestle alligators, try his hand at the culinary arts, and explore the world. With Dream Ahead College Investment Plan, you can start saving for their future anywhere in the country. Don't borrow your children's future, build it at 529.wa.gov.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
According to ESPN's bracketology, Eastern Washington men's basketball is projected to make the NCAA tournament out of the Big Sky Conference, and the only way to get into the big dance is by winning your conference. The Eagles have proven they are the team to beat, winners of 11 straight games headed into today's matchup against Weber State. To Cheney we go. This one was close throughout. Second half, Steel Venters with the miss. Eagles grab the offensive rebound, and Angelo Allegri makes them pay, knocks it down from 3. A big day for him. On the other end, Dyson Kohler answers with a three-pointer of his own. Wildcats are going to be keeping this one close throughout. Now it's Eastern's turn. Allegri's going to drive to the bucket and goes off the glass. He's going to get that one to fall. Weber State was led by Dylan Jones, though, who scored 18 points, including this jumper in the lane. Nice little turnaround. This one's going to go down to the wire. Under a minute left, Eagles with the ball up 2. Who else? Angelo Allegri buries the 3 in the corner to shut the door on Weber State, says good night. Eagles now hang on to win 75-71. Allegri finishing with 28 points, missing just 2 shots during the entire game. Eastern now has won a program best 12th game in a row.
I try to keep guys in reality, and the reality is we're on a great streak right now, and it's fun and it's exciting. We're part of history. We can celebrate that. But the other reality is that isn't going to change anything for the next game. And we're just trying to stay in the moment as much as possible, enjoy it, have fun. We got a great group of guys that are having a blast together and finding different things to celebrate, and we're just trying to go 1-0.
Now next up for the Eagles, they're going to take a trip down to California to take on Sacramento State on Thursday evening. Let's head back to Spokane, where the Gonzaga women once again put their perfect conference record to the test as they welcomed in Pepperdine this afternoon. And for the Bulldogs, barring a monumental collapse, they'll be headed to their 6th straight NCAA tournament. So at this point, it's all about getting as many wins as possible to help bolster that resume so they can grab a higher seed come Selection Sunday. But the Zags came out a bit sluggish this afternoon. The Wave would take advantage as Ali Stedman pulls up from 3 and knocks it down to give Pepperdine the 9-point lead in the first quarter. But the Bulldogs not panicking as they slowly chip away at that lead. Kayleen Trong gets the long 2 to go, and the deficit is only 4 going into the break. In the third, this is where the Zags really start going. They go to work. Esther Little finds Yvonne Ejim in the paint, and she'll finish with the layup. 13 points on the day for Ejim. A few minutes later, Brianna Maxwell receives the pass at the top of the arc, nails the triple as the Bulldogs are starting to open up the floodgates. In the fourth quarter, Zags staying hot. They save with a hot hand. Maxwell hits the 3. She'll finish the game with a game-high 26 points after being in a bit of a slump last week. Then with a few minutes to go, Trong going to be left wide open, and you can't be making that mistake because she's going to make you pay. And Gonzaga finds a way to pull away at the end for their 14th win in a row. Despite the scoreboard showing a nearly 20-point win for the Zags, head coach Lisa Fortier saying after the game, this one was a lot closer than it shows.
You know, and I think we credit them. They did a good job, but I think we were kind of doing it to ourselves. We were just walking the ball up the floor. We didn't do any favors on the glass, so we had no wind in that sail. It wasn't like we got any offensive rebound putbacks or anything like that during that stretch.
We need to figure out a way to come out as fiery as the teams that come in here are, because, you know, coaches have stated how everyone wants to play at Gonzaga. It's a huge deal for them when they come and play here, and we need to have that same intensity when we face them.
Bulldogs will now travel down to the Bay Area next week as they'll take on Santa Clara on Thursday evening. And the Gonzaga men were in action earlier this afternoon down in the Rose City to take on the Pilots. Halfway through the second half, and we are in a close game, but Julian Strother doing his best to carry down the team. Knocks the 3, his 6th on the day, but Portland not going away. Juan Sebastian Gorosito hits the triple, and it's a 2-point game, and you're like, uh-oh, not this again. Later in the half, Gonzaga up by 7, and Strother was going to give them some breather room with another 3. That's 32 on the night so far. Then with a minute left, Anton Watson misses at the basket, but Strother there to help clean it up, and that is 40 points on the night, a career game for him, and the Bulldogs get the win and improve to 18-4 on the season. And the Washington State Cougar men snapped a 3-game losing streak as they beat Arizona State at home this afternoon. Forward Andre Yakimovsky went for a game-high and career-high 22 points as the Cougs earned their 10th win on the season. Justin Powell also added 20 points of his own. Next up for the Cougs will be a trip down to Southern California to take on the Los Angeles Schools next week, who they just got swept by not too long ago. 4 News Now, we'll be right back.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Pain, go away. Now it can go away with Hempvana Rocket Relief, the wireless electric stimulation pain relief pen that goes to work immediately. Simply place it where it hurts, then watch as the relaxing currents boost your endorphins and relieve your pain. You can see it work and you can feel it work, relieving pain from sore and aching muscles, even nagging sports injuries in your knees, back, neck, hurting hands, and more. Fast. Call now and get the Hempvana Rocket 10's Pain Relief Pen for just $19.99. And when you order today, you'll get our flathead and our single point head, both absolutely free. Order now and you can double the offer. Plus, get our Hempvana Pain Relief Cream. Just pay a separate fee and we'll ship it all to you free. This offer is not on Amazon. Order now.
Call 1-800-293-6602. That's 1-800-293-6602. Or visit HempvanaRocket.com. So call 1-800-293-6602 now.
You want to know why I call South Carolina home? Come on, take a road trip with me. When you look around, you can really get a sense of why I love my home state. From the beaches all the way up to the beautiful mountains, South Carolina's got awesome scenery, cool cities, rich culture, and super friendly people. Of course, the best thing you can do is come down to South Carolina and find your own favorite places. Come see why I love this place.
Dear 2029, we look forward to seeing you. After our 160-point quality assurance inspection, we'll be Toyota certified used vehicles with 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranties. Not to honk our own horns, but the best new cars make the best used cars. Yours, Toyota.
Get 4.99% APR for up to 60 months on a Toyota certified used Camry, Corolla, or RAV4. Find yours at toyotacertified.com. Toyota, let's go places.
The other day, a hornet's nest fell on my head. It's not ideal, but we'll manage. Just like I manage without home internet. Sure, I wish this hotspot was a lot faster, but my phone works. Sometimes. It's not that bad. Ew.
It is that bad. Don't settle. Get Xfinity Home Internet for just $19.99 a month for 1 year with a free streaming box. Call, click, or visit a store today.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now, Special Edition.
A deadly attack on a synagogue in Jerusalem on International Holocaust Remembrance Day. The attack coming after a week of escalating violence. ABC's Lama Hassan is in London with the latest.
This morning, Israel is waking up to another shooting, a gunman opening fire in broad daylight in East Jerusalem, wounding at least 2 Israelis. This after terror was unleashed on a synagogue in Jerusalem's Neve Yaakov neighborhood at 8:15 p.m. local time at the start of the Jewish Sabbath. According to Israeli police, a 21-year-old Palestinian man began firing at worshippers in a synagogue, killing at least 7 people and injuring 3 others, some of them in a critical condition. Just 5 minutes later, a large Israeli police force swooped in, and after a shootout, police killed the attacker, seizing his gun and vehicle. An initial investigation indicates he acted alone. President Biden calling Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, telling him this was an attack against the civilized world, offering all appropriate means of support to the government and people of Israel over the coming days, stressing the ironclad U.S. commitment to Israel's security. The latest escalation and violence comes after one of the deadliest days in the West Bank in years. On Thursday, an Israeli offensive in the Jenin refugee camp killed at least 9 Palestinians, including a 61-year-old woman. With tensions escalating, Islamic Jihad vowed to respond, and hours later, rockets fired from Gaza were intercepted by Israel's Iron Dome. No one was injured.
Now, Secretary of State Antony Blinken arrives in the region on Monday for high-level meetings with both Israelis and Palestinians, and he'll be in the country during a time of heightened tensions. The question is, what happens next? Will there be a de-escalation in the latest cycle of violence? Lama Hassan, ABC News, London.
A live look out at Riverfront Park. It's calm, but it is cold, and it's only going to get colder. Our weather team has declared this a weather alert weekend, and that means the forecast is high impact and could affect your safety. Meteorologist Matt Gray has what we should be ready for tonight. Matt.
Yeah, anytime we're talking about single digits, whether that's above or below zero, spending too much time out there starts to become an issue. So Arctic cold, sub-zero wind chill for the rest of the weekend, especially around Spokane, North Idaho, and around the Palouse as well, where that Arctic air has made the most inroads tonight. Saturday night, and I've gone ahead and extended this out through Monday morning. That's because that's when we're actually going to see the coldest temperatures of this season, or of this month so far, and certainly more. The coldest we've seen since that day where we were down to 10 below zero right before Christmas last month. Live conditions, we've dropped down to 12 in Coeur d'Alene. We're down to 17 under clear skies in Spokane. We are slowly kind of slowing down the rate of cooling, and we're only going to expect it to end up tonight in the upper single digits. Still, it's going to be pretty darn cold as you're getting up in the morning. At least there will be some sunshine to take the edge off. Winds are going to be calming down too, but that is not going to be enough for tonight. That's because you can see lots of single-digit wind chills above zero. Fairchild wind chill down to zero. And as we head later into the night, we're going to see more and more of these numbers where it's going to feel like sub-zero in the morning. Look at Lookout Pass. Already feels like 11 below. So just a preview of what we are going to see later tonight. A wind chill advisory, 5 below to 15 below wind chills as we're getting up in the morning and through 10 a.m. on Sunday. So some serious cold, and there is more to come. As I mentioned, we'll take you through the Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, and Monday forecast for that chilly weather coming up.
All right, Matt, we'll check back with you in just a little bit. You can find them in nail salons across the country. Ultraviolet lamps are used to dry nails after a gel polish manicure, but a recent study finds UV lamps may damage your DNA and create cancer-causing mutations in your cells. Dr. Susan Masick with Ohio State's Wexner Medical Center says the more the body is exposed to UV, the higher the potential of developing skin cancer over time. Masick says people don't often think about the risk of exposure to hands. Skipping this type of manicure is the best way to lower risk.
Already been a fan of gel manicures. It's not that they have to necessarily stop completely. It could be something that they could reserve for special occasions only, but the less they do, the less their risk may be for skin cancer.
Give up the gel, she says, to protect yourself by using a broad spectrum sunscreen or fingerless gloves. And you can also ask the salon about alternative drying methods like LED lights, which are thought to be safer. For many people, the ski hill is a little slice of heaven. The crisp air, the spectacular mountaintop views on a clear day, but it's hard to get a full view of the mountain itself. Tonight in our Air 4 adventure, 49 degrees north from above. Experience on the snow.
We're here at 49 degrees north, Mountain Resort. Well, we're over 80 years of skiing tradition in this area. We've been in this location for 50 years. This is the 50th anniversary of our current lodge, which is pretty cool. Largest ski area in eastern Washington, second largest in the state of Washington. We have a ton of terrain, some of the best graded skiing anywhere in the country. We keep great snow, we get great snow, and it's a very laid back, very family-oriented feel. Yes, we have some incredible views. On a clear day like today, we can see all the way to Canada. We've got views into the Pend Oreille River Valley. It's stunning. One of the great things about 49 is the variety of terrain that we offer. There really is something for everybody, and there's something for everybody in almost every area of the mountain. Beginners or newer participants aren't stuck in just one part of the mountain. They can go explore other lifts and find easy, comfortable terrain to get down on. The same thing goes for the advanced skier or rider, though. really from any lift, you can get to terrain that suits your style and what you're looking for and the challenge that you want, whether that's steep, whether that's bumps, whether that's off-room or groomers. We are a hidden gem, and that reputation is starting to get out there, and we're seeing more and more interest, not just in the region, but outside of the region, and discovering that we offer what those big resorts do, but without the frantic pace, more relaxed, more fun, more about the experience on the snow.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
You know, life is dangerous enough without the negligence of others that cause accidents that threaten your physical and financial health. Hello, I'm Lloyd Herman. If you need legal assistance due to an accident or an injury, put my 40 years of experience of dealing with the insurance companies to work for you. Call my offices here in Spokane. I can help you now. When you call, you'll speak to me, or you'll have an appointment to speak to me within 48 hours. I guarantee it. Lloyd Herman and Associates, 922-6600.
Come and listen to a story about MeTV, where the clampbait clan went to Monday through Friday. Said prime time is the place you want to be, so they loaded up the truck and they moved to evenings.
Watch MeTV, weeknights at 9 on KXLY 4.2.
Hey folks, Jay Uner here. Northwest Motorsport is celebrating 14 years of trucks, and more trucks. We also have new inventory every day. Come check out what's new at nwmsrocks.com/anniversary.
Communities in School surrounds kids with a community of support to achieve success in school and life.
CIS provides critical resources like food, clothing, and tutoring so kids can focus on their education. CIS helps kids succeed inside the classroom and beyond.
Numerica is honored to partner with organizations like Communities in Schools who enhance lives, fulfill dreams, and build communities.
Check out more organizations that make our community stronger at numericacu.com.
Dear All-Wheel Drive, let's show the road what we've got. Snowy streets, we're coming for you. Icy grip, we're holding tight. Wintry mix, meh. Safety's the name of our game. Yours, Toyota All-Wheel Drive Sedans.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan with roadside assistance. Visit your local Toyota dealer to learn more. Reserve yours at toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
As a journalist, I've learned it's important to grab the reader's attention with a catchy headline. Here's mine. Local woman ruins own life.
You are late. But I told everyone that you were donating blood. Okay, so act kind of woozy.
So, what are you gonna put me on?
The deadbeat.
Oh my God, you're putting me on obituaries? Don't you come any closer, I will kill you.
I'm already dead.
Oh my God, you're my obituary?
Fun fact, you're the only one that can see me.
No!
Yep.
No!
Yep.
No!
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
You know what we're talking about? The return to winter and the bitter cold air that continues to filter in to the inland Northwest. We are right on the edge of this Arctic outbreak, and that has a positive because it means we're not going to be talking as much about sub-zero weather in the next couple of days, but certainly we are going to see some places get down below zero. And of course, the wind chill factor, well, we've talked about that and we'll continue to do so. So our lows as we head through the night tonight, down to around single digits, 9 in Spokane, 7 in Coeur d'Alene, low single digits, places like St. Mary's and Kellogg. That's where we're going to be the coldest tonight. And further away from the Arctic air, we'll only be dropping down into the teens. Now, here's the issue, though. The winds are still going to be enough in the morning where we're going to see, as you can see here, some of that sub-zero wind chill where it's going to feel anywhere between 5 and 15 below zero. Look at Kellogg, feeling like 13 below in the morning. We're even seeing some sub-zero wind chill past the Palouse and on into the Ritzville area. So it's not going to be all that pleasant as you're getting up in the morning. Extra layers and limit that time outdoors. Now, once the sun comes up, really things are going to be pretty nice, especially because the winds are going to die down a little bit. So as long as you dress appropriately, I think it's going to be a great day to get up on the ski hill. Some of that squeaky, crunchy snow, as Chris Crocker likes to talk about. And it's always nice to see sunshine at this point of the year, even if it is a little bit uncomfortably cold. Afternoon temperatures into the teens, so it is going to be chillier than it was today. Certainly, we will feel the bite of that Arctic air. Not like our friends over in Montana, but we're certainly going to feel it. We are right on the edge of this, and that means that our impact is going to be limited to just a couple of days here. So this is Sunday morning. Let's fast forward here. This is Monday morning. This is actually when we expect to see the chilliest temperatures around Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, and across North Idaho, where the cold air is going to be affecting the most. Still a little bit of it hanging around here as we head into Tuesday morning. After that, though, high pressure starting to build back in. That cold air heads off to the east to go give the Midwest some problems. And we are good to go back to more normal weather as we head into the middle of the week with lows in the teens and 20s as opposed to what we're going to be seeing on Monday. So yeah, not fun there. Here's our lows for Monday. Low single digits around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Look at places like Colville, like St. Mary's, like Kellogg, even around some parts around Bonners Ferry too. A chance for a little bit of sub-zero. Same goes for the Met-Howe Valley. So it is going to be a really chilly start. That's why I've gone ahead, extended that weather alert day just a few more hours to get in that Monday morning time frame. We still got to be in that Arctic air mindset. After that, things are going to get back to normal fairly quickly. We're keeping an eye on some showers for the end of the week. And yeah, going to be right back up to that warm weather that we kind of got used to. So winter showed up for a little bit, but it's going to be gone before you know it. We'll be right.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
You heard what the doctor said, right, Dad? These pain meds, they're no joke. And this, it's an opioid. They can be very addictive.
But I need my strong pain medicine.
I know, Dad, I understand. Just make sure you only take what the pharmacist said. And keep it in this locking bag from the pharmacy so it's away from the kids.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'll put this in the locking bag.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Protect the people you love from opioid misuse. Lock up your medication.
Primera is giving back. Giving back.
Right on.
Just like the pros, Primera is here to assist, with millions invested in rural and underserved communities.
Childhood obesity. Numbers are rising at an alarming rate. New guidelines say earlier intervention is crucial.
How you can use the 5-2-1-0 rules to protect your kids and get professional help to make it fun.
That's Monday on Good Morning Northwest.
It's the 7-day winter sale at Furniture Row. So get ready because every sofa, dining table, and bed is on sale. Like this unbeatable deal on the Gunsmoke panel bed, now only $6.99. Save big on the Florence sofa, only $6.99. Get the 5-piece Martin dining set for only $5.49. And check out the Easy Choice Plush or Firm, now only $399.99. Plus 4 years, no interest financing. But don't wait. The 7-day winter sale at Furniture Row ends Thursday the 2nd.
Dear Winter, we're coming. Our squad of vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of our game. Bundle up. Toyota.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan with roadside assistance. Visit your local Toyota dealer to learn more. Reserve yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Good morning.
Rise and shine.
Watch Daytime's #1 duo, weekdays at 9 a.m.
For those pet owners going on vacation, there's some good news. Recently, more hotels are becoming pet-friendly, meaning you can bring your pet along more often. Kim Salerno is CEO and founder of Trips with Pets, a website where you can book your hotel directly, choosing from more than 50,000 pet-friendly accommodations across the U.S. and Canada. She says she has noticed an uptick in Americans traveling with their pets on vacation and business trips because these days, Salerno says hotels are more accepting of pets.
Nearly 70% of American households having at least one pet. The demand is there. They kind of needed to be more welcoming to four-legged guests.
Hotel chains that allow pets include La Quinta, Motel 6, Red Roof Inn, and Candlewood Suites. And just last year, some Hilton brands have opened their doors to furry travelers too. But before booking any pet-friendly hotel, Salerno recommends you check the pet policy, which can be different depending on the location. With just a few days left in the month, it's time to wrap up dry January. But data shows most people will actually be drinking less after this challenge, meaning the benefits could be long-lasting. Experts say even just 31 days of this wellness challenge comes with a lot of benefits.
We'll say things like saving money, but also better sleep, more energy, more concentration, better skin, even weight loss. And metabolically, you may have some advantages like lower blood pressure and improved insulin resistance.
So how can you try to keep this experiment going post-January? Treat yourself with different kinds of mocktails to switch things up, and do it with a buddy to share success and tips and to track your wins and keep the momentum going. And remember, it's never too late to start. You can always try it any month of the year, and experts say you don't have to do a fully dry month to see the benefits. Even a damp month, which just means drinking in moderation and just being more mindful about your relationship with alcohol, can have its perks. MoviePass, the once popular movie subscription service, is returning with its hallmark all-you-can-watch plan, but this time with a new tiered payment structure. The new version uses a credit-based system with plans varying based on where you live. The most expensive plan costs $60, which should allow for about one movie per day. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
This year, treat yourself to a new Toyota from Findlay Downtown Toyota. We've got lots of great choices, and every vehicle sold comes with Toyota Care, so you can get a new reliable vehicle in 2023 from Findlay.
You may be eligible for a new tax refund called the Working Families Tax Credit from the Washington State Department of Revenue. Those who qualify could get up to $1,200 back. Visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
Toyota trains certified technicians. Is that important?
Well, you wouldn't hire just anyone to help you move, would you?
This shortcut saves 2 hours easy, clean,
dude! No, of course not.
Not again.
Toyota Service Centers. Keep your Toyota a Toyota.
You hate coming home to a dark house, and leaving lights on all night drives utility bills out of sight. You need the Bell & Howell Bionic Spotlight, the outdoor motion sensor light that turns on the instant motion is detected and turns off when the motion stops. Bionic Spotlight is solar powered, so there's no expensive wiring or batteries to change. The instant the motion sensor detects movement, Bionic Spotlight triggers 8 high-intensity LED lights that shower the entire area with light and then shuts off 30 seconds after it stops. So you can spend hundreds of dollars on an outdoor lighting system, or you can get the motion-activated Bionic Spotlight for just $19.95 with free shipping. Bionic Spotlight is backed by our 5-year warranty. But wait, if you order right now, you can double the offer and get a second Bionic Spotlight. Just pay a separate fee. And when you call, ask about the contractor's discount on the complete 6-light home value set. Here's how to order.
Call 1-800-518-4130 or go to BionicSpotlight.com. That's 1-800-518-4130 or order online at BionicSpotlight.com.
Well, this is the perfect weather to stay inside and just not do much of nothing because, yeah, that's not very pleasant weather here, and that's why we have those weather alert days up. Not a great time to be outside in this chilly weather.
You said it. We are indoors for the rest of the night. It's going to be a chilly weekend.
Yeah, maybe a good time tomorrow just to watch some football and watch Joe Burrow go to the Super Bowl.
That's exactly right. We'll see you tomorrow.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.